I can't believe it. What the heck is going on here? It's totally unacceptable. Kelly. Kelly. Where are you? Wherever you are, you better come here right now. Or else, don't even expect to see the sunlight tomorrow morning. 'Cause I'm gonna punish you really, really hard for this.
Oh, hi Janet. I'm here. I've just come back home. I'm having a shower. Could you just wait for me for a while? And what's that important thing you want to ask me to do? Don't expect to see the sunlight? You're making me scared, Janet.
Wait. What on earth are you thinking, Kelly? Are you seriously kidding me right now? How can you be so utterly laid back as to even consider taking a shower before attending to your responsibilities? I mean, I swear, I've been pampering you way too much lately, and what do I get in return? A daughter-in-law who's becoming lazier and lazier with each passing day. It's like you believe that just because you're married to my son, you have this divine right to do whatever the heck you please, am I right? Ugh. You're acting like some silly, mischievous child. And oh, have you even bothered to take a glance at the dining table? No, of course not. Because guess what? There's absolutely nothing on it. Nothing, I tell you. And do you have any idea what time it is? It's a whopping 8 in the evening, for crying out loud. And yet, you have the sheer audacity to think it's perfectly acceptable to waltz off and take a shower. You are supposed to be slaving away in the kitchen, preparing a scrumptious dinner for all of us by now. I mean, seriously, Kelly, are you sure you're even worthy of the title daughter-in-law? Because honestly, from where I'm standing, you're nothing more than a lazy good-for-nothing couch potato.
Oh, for the love of everything that's sane, Janet. Can you please just cut me some slack? Give me a break. I've just set foot in this house after slogging through a grueling day at work. I specifically asked you to wait for me for a little while, didn't I? I mean, is it too much to ask for a little bit of understanding? Why do you have to make such a big fuss about it? You're really going overboard here, can't you see?
How dare you speak to me this way? Ugh, I swear, dealing with you is nothing short of a never-ending headache. I just can't take it any longer. So please, I'm begging you right now. Just give up on messing this house and manipulating my son.
Janet, seriously, what on earth are you going on about? What did I do to deserve this intense level of animosity from you? I just can't wrap my head around it. You used to be a genuinely kind and welcoming meet from the very beginning when I came into this family. But ever since your husband's passing, you've undergone a complete transformation. It's like you've become an entirely different person. You continuously hurl insults at me, harass me relentlessly. And now you're even resorting to labeling me as a stupid, disorderly daughter-in-law. It's absolutely mind-boggling. I don't even know what to say to you right now, Janet.
Oh, look at you playing the victim card. How original. Spare me the dramatics, Kelly. I've seen through your little acts long ago. It's honestly embarrassing for me to have allowed Jerry to bring you into this household in the first place. I should have kicked you out of here ages ago. And ask for your question of why I feel this way, well, it's quite obvious, isn't it? You already know the answer deep down. How could you be so cunning as to steal your own mother-in-law's husband right from under her nose? It's a despicable betrayal, Kelly.
What? I've told you a million times before, Janet. I am not your husband's mistress. Why can't you believe me? It's completely unfair to keep accusing me of something I didn't do. And just mark this. You don't have any evidence to jump to that conclusion. So just stop. You're making me feel hurt.
Wait, are you blaming your own mother-in-law? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can't believe it. How could you get the nerve to do that? Okay, fine. You want evidence? I have it right here. See this.
What? What's this?
Ugh, seriously? Can't you see that it's you? I mean, come on, Kelly, this is undeniably your face, isn't it? I found this picture hidden under my husband's working desk. And he had the audacity to admit that he had had a lover before. But I just can't wrap my head around the fact that he still had feelings for her even after marrying me. It's absolutely mind-blowing, and you have no idea how utterly shocked and devastated I am to accept this painful truth.
Janet, please, you have to listen to me. Oh my God, this is a huge misunderstanding. I can explain everything if you just give me a chance to speak.
No. I've had enough of your meaningless explanations, Kelly. Your words hold no weight for me anymore. They're nothing but a pile of worthless rubbish. Who in their right mind would want to listen to a conniving fox like you?
I certainly don't.
Just imagining you and my husband being together is enough to get on my nerves. Okay, that's it. I've reached my limit with you. One more word and I swear I'll throw you out of this house without a second thought. Do you understand me?
But
The next day.
Hey, Kelly. Are you up yet? It's getting pretty late and you might want to get a move on.
oh, hey, Jerry. Yeah, I'm awake. Actually, I'm feeling a little under the weather today. I think I might need to take a day off and rest.
Oh, got it. Well, if you're not feeling well, it's definitely important to prioritize your health. Don't worry about anything, Kelly. Just focus on getting better soon. By the way, speaking of which, I've noticed that you've been seeming quite weak lately. It's a bit concerning, to be honest. Is there something going on that you haven't shared with me? You know I'm your husband, right? I genuinely want to know what's been happening and if there's anything I can do to help.
Well, nothing. Yeah, nothing special. Not a big deal anyway.
Kelly, listen to me. You don't have to bear everything alone. We're a team, remember? Your well-being is important to me, and I want to be there for you. We'll figure it out together. I'll always be by your side, so don't hesitate to share your burden with me. So what's up?
Well, it's about your mom. You know, she's been treating me really harshly lately. And I don't think I can take it any longer. Yesterday, she forced me to wash the dishes and do the laundry until 2 a.m. That's why I am too exhausted to handle anything today. I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize for anything. It's actually me who should be apologizing to you. I failed to protect you properly from my mother's harsh behavior. It's such a disappointment, and I feel like a terrible husband for not being able to shield you from all this.
Oh my God, no. That's not what I meant at all. Please, just hear me out, Jerry. You're not at fault here. In the beginning, your mother treated me so kindly. We all got along well. But after your father passed away, her attitude toward me completely changed. She started viewing me as someone who was trying to ruin her once happy family. She even accused me of being your husband's secret mistress. The only evidence she has is a picture she found under his desk. It's a photo of a woman who looks just like me, but with long hair. I swear, Jerry, it's not what she thinks it is. And the truth is, this is my mom.
What? Are you for real, Kelly? This is your mom. Like truly.
Yes, it's true. My mom shared the story of her first love with me before she passed away. The love between her and your father was incredibly intense. They both felt a deep connection and were crazy about each other. Unfortunately, their parents strongly opposed their relationship. In fact, my grandparents went to extreme lengths, even moving far away to try to put an end to their love. As a result, my mom had no choice but to break up with her husband. It was an incredibly difficult decision for her to make. After moving to a new place, she met her husband, and they eventually fell in love and got married.
Oh my God. Is this for real? It's truly unbelievable, I must say. If this is the truth, then it's such a relief. It puts everything into perspective.
Yes, it is the truth. But the unfortunate part is that your mom didn't believe me at all. She completely dismissed my explanation and insisted on labeling me as a stupid brat or a naughty daughter-in-law. It's frustrating because I don't know how to make her understand the reality of the situation.
Absolutely, Kelly. I believe in you wholeheartedly. We've been together for a significant amount of time. And I know for a fact that you're not the kind of person my mother is accusing you of being. Trust and understanding are the foundation of our relationship, and I have complete faith in your character. And there's one thing that I'm certain about, and that's the hair. Ever since I've known you, you've always had short hair. I've never seen you with long hair like the woman in that picture. It's just not your style or something you've ever done.
Exactly. I'm so glad you noticed that, Jerry. It's an important detail that further supports the fact that there's a misunderstanding here. My hairstyle has always been short. And I've never had long hair like the person in the photograph. It's clear evidence that I am not the woman my mother-in-law believes me to be.
Absolutely. I share the same sentiment. It's crucial for us to communicate the truth to my mother and present her with the facts. By doing so, we hope to dispel her false assumptions and bring her back to the kind and understanding person she used to be.
That's exactly what I'm hoping for, Jerry. I believe that deep down, my mother-in-law still has that goodness within her. It's just clouded by misunderstandings and misplaced suspicions. If we can effectively communicate the truth and the impact of her accusations, there's a chance she will realize the consequences of her actions and change her perspective. It won't be an easy task. But with patience, empathy, and open communication, we can work towards restoring the harmony in our family. I strongly believe in the power of understanding and forgiveness. And I hope that by addressing this issue directly, we can pave the way for healing and reconciliation.
I couldn't agree more, Kelly. Patience will be key in this process. Changing someone's perspective takes time, especially when emotions are involved. We need to approach the conversation with empathy and give my mother the space to process the information. It's essential for us to remain calm and composed. And remember, I'm with you this time. So if she does any bad things to you, just tell me, and I'll be there for you, okay?
Okay, Jerry. Thank you so much for always trusting in me.
Don't mention it, darling. Well, take care. I gotta go to work now. See you this evening.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
A few moments later.
Kelly. How does it feel there? Well, that's for not obeying my orders. You stupid filthy fox. You'd better go to hell and live there all your life.
Janet. It's unfair for you to treat me like this. How could you lock me in your husband's room? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. How could you be this evil and vicious? Are you really my mother-in-law? And what did you have to do this for?
I'm punishing you for messing up with the happiness of my family. Is that enough to explain?
What? Not again. I told you, it's not me. It's my mom. Your husband and my mom were each other's first loves. That's why the photo was under his desk. Ugh. Why don't you even think for a minute?
How dare you talk to your own mother-in-law like that? It's unacceptable, don't you think? Just who are you that can talk to me with that kind of voice? It seems like you just never fail in driving me crazy. Your presence here alone is enough to get on my nerves.
Oh my gosh, can you even listen to yourself? It's like you're speaking a language only annoying people can understand. Seriously, Janet, you're taking this to a whole new level of ridiculousness. I mean, have you ever seen me with your husband? Not once. I wouldn't even think about it in a million years. I treated him just like my own dad, with respect and kindness. There's absolutely no secret between us. But no, you refuse to accept the truth and instead you choose to belittle me at every turn. It's like you have a personal mission to annoy the life out of me.
Ugh, enough of your nonsense blabbering. I don't want to hear a single word you say. Just look at you, with that annoying voice and irritating attitude. It's no wonder I can immediately imagine you and my husband together. Is that your grand plan? Were you scheming to seduce my husband, thinking you could take over this entire house? Ha! What a careful and calculated scheme you must have thought up. But let me tell you, it's not going to work. My husband is dead now, like gone, 6 feet under. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Oh, please. Spare me the melodrama. Your attempts to shut me down with your annoying voice are just making my ears bleed. And trust me, I have no interest in going to those lengths you're imagining. Your husband being dead doesn't change anything for me. I never had any intentions towards him, and the fact that you think I did is beyond absurd. So go ahead, keep trying to annoy me with your voice and your baseless accusations. It's not going to get you anywhere.
Oh, so now you think that you could be so sensible and mature to give me advice? That's just hilarious. Really. I'm bursting out laughing right now. That's enough. You are just a stupid daughter-in-law. What could you do with me? You just don't have the right to do so. I'm still your husband's mother. So I have the full right to order you. Actually, you should see this as a golden opportunity to grow and become a much better wife. You must feel really lucky to have me here and teach you how to behave. If you were someone else's daughter-in-law, they wouldn't even bother wasting their time and effort for you like this.
Oh, yeah, so you mean that I have to thank you, right? Thank you for mistreating me? For locking me in your husband's room and not even bringing me any food for one whole day? I don't think so. I just can't believe that you could resort to this treatment to humiliate and punish me. Even when I didn't do anything wrong.
Yes, of course you do. You stole my husband. Don't you think I'll let you live freely like this for the rest of your life? Oh, no way, young lady. I realized your true face now, and I'll never let you keep doing your evil plans to manipulate my son one more time.
Oh, so now what? What do you mean by manipulate your son? What did I do to Jerry?
You know it, right? Don't try act like a victim towards me. You seduced my son and then got pregnant. At that time, I was so happy as I simply thought that having a child would be perfect for the family. But it turned out that I was actually wrong all those times. It's your cunning trick to drag us down, isn't it? You tricked Jerry into having a baby with you. And then when everything's settled, it would be so much easier for you to take over this house and order us around.
I've never thought of this even in my dreams. Ever since your husband died, it's like you became a totally different person. Just because of a photo, without any clear evidence. I don't want anything like this to happen. I just want to live like a nice daughter-in-law. And live in a peaceful life with my husband. Why do you have to make things this complicated? Making a fuss about nothing? That's not who you used to be.
It's all because of you. Look what you made me do. You made me become this kind of terrible person. But it's okay, as long as I can get rid of you, then I'll resort to anything.
You're so evil that I can't even recognize you anymore. How could you make such a sudden change? Well, I think that even when I talk till tomorrow, you will just choose not to believe me. But Jerry will.
What do you mean by that? Spit it out.
Well, if you want to know that bad, then I'll tell you. I have just told everything to Jerry. You may think that it will do no harm because he is away on his company trip right now, right? Well, guess what? I sent him pictures of your messages and told him about everything you did to me. Needless to say, he was absolutely taken aback. So he decided that we would move out right away. And he's on his way to come back home in a few hours.
Wait, what? He said what?
You have just heard me really clearly. We'll move out. I no longer have to suffer from your terrible punishments anymore.
Wait. Hold on just a minute. Are you seriously trying to tell me that Jerry actually said that? You expect me to believe you are knowing tales? Well, I'm not falling for it, Kelly. You're just a master manipulator, spinning your web of lies with that grating voice of yours. I won't let you get away with it. Don't you dare scare me with your made-up stories.
Hard to accept the truth, right? Well, I knew it. You will be really shocked to hear this. Your husband died, and now your son is going to leave you behind, too. That's disappointing, isn't it? But, well, that serves you just right.
No, wait just a minute. I can't wrap my head around this. How can you possibly think that my son would betray me like this? He's always been such an obedient boy. Listening to my every word, standing by my side through thick and thin. You're trying to twist the truth with your annoying voice and your manipulative tactic. I refuse to believe a single word you say. It's absolutely impossible.
Oh, Janet, your resistance is like nails on a chalkboard. It's like you're living in a world of your own. For your annoying fantasies reign supreme. But let me tell you something. Reality is about to hit you like a ton of bricks. Just so you know, Jerry is on his way back home as we speak. Yes, you heard me right. He's coming and he'll be here in no time. And you know what? I couldn't be happier about it. This place, this so-called home, has been nothing but a never-ending source of annoyance. It's like living in a perpetual state of hell. Your attitude, your constant punishments, I've had enough of it, all of it. So, moving out is not just an option. It's the best choice I could ever make.
This is outrageous. I won't stand for it. You're just using Jerry's return as an excuse to escape from the consequences of your own annoying actions. This place is our home. And you're trying to tear it apart with your irritating voice and your incessant complaints. I refuse to let you ruin everything we've built here.
Oh, Janet, your denial is truly astounding. It's like you're wearing noise-canceling headphones, blocking out the reality of the situation. I couldn't care less about escaping consequences. I'm simply tired of living in this sea of annoyance you've created. Can't you hear it? Can't you hear the annoying echo of your own voice, constantly berating and punishing me?
Oh no. This is a nightmare. If what you're saying is true, then my life is utterly doomed. I can't even fathom the thought of living without my son. He's more than just my flesh and blood. He's my whole world, my reason for existence. How could you be so heartless as to steal both my husband and my son away from me? You're a monster in human form. How dare you?
Oh, please spare me your melodramatics, Janet. I'm not stealing anything or anyone. It's you who has pushed them away with your constant overreacting and terrible behavior. Your annoying tendencies have driven them to seek solace elsewhere, away from your oppressive grip. Can you blame them? Who in their right mind would want to live with such a severe, overbearing woman like you?
No. You can't treat me like this. If you two all leave, then who'll take care of me? Who will give me money when I need you the most? That's just ridiculous. I don't have a job. You are always the ones who give me money. If you leave, then I'll have no one to count on. Come on, Kelly, you're not that selfish, are you?
Oh, yeah, Janet, I am. Being bullied by you all these times is just enough for me to go. It's good for you too, as you don't have to see my face every single day, right?
But I don't mean that Jerry will go with you as well. Just go alone and don't drag my son in this.
Jerry told me to do this. I did not force him at all. And he even wanted to cut ties with you, for crying out loud. Maybe when he comes home, he'll talk to you about it. He told me not to say a word, but sooner or later, you'll still need to know.
No way. Are you kidding me? You guys can't be this ungrateful to me. Please, Janet, tell him to think about it again. I'll change. I'll open the door for you. Don't tell him to leave me.
It's funny to see this change in your attitude. You're afraid of losing your son like this? Well, I'll tell you what. We're never going back to this house. Not even once. Just wait and see what he'll do to you. It's not gonna be easy though. Subsequently, Mrs. Janet released me from the room and made a heartfelt plea for my forgiveness, although her efforts were in vain. 4 hours later, Jerry returned home with an angry expression on his face. Later on, he stormed into Mrs. Janet's room, resulting in a heated argument between them. 2 hours later, he angrily stormed out of the room, packed our belongings, and left the house, leaving Mrs. Janet standing there, shocked and depressed. Fortunately, after leaving, we were able to quickly find a small apartment located in the city center near our workplace. With the savings we had accumulated, we were finally able to purchase a house of our own. We lived happily together and effectively managed our work. It took us 5 years to secure stable, high-paying jobs and even establish our own business. Regarding Mrs. Janet, she persistently called us, begging for money, but we adamantly refused to give her a single penny. Consequently, she had no choice but to find work on her own. According to what I heard, she took a job as a cleaner at a food store. The work was arduous, but she had to adapt to it and earn a meager salary each month. Karma has caught up with her.
Hey, Amy, I have a favor to ask you. Could you please take care of the kids this weekend? I'm going on a trip with Mom of 3 days.
This weekend? I'm sorry, Yelena, but I can't do that. I have a lot of work to finish. You should have told me sooner. I'm really busy and I don't have time to watch them.
What do you mean you can't? Who else can I ask? Mom and I have been looking forward to this trip for a long time.
What trip?
You don't know? Mom didn't tell you? We're going to a spa resort for a girls' weekend. It has free massages and a jacuzzi in the room. It's going to be so relaxing and fun.
No, she didn't mention anything to me. But I'm sorry, Yelena, I still can't watch your kids. I have a very important deadline for work. One of my biggest clients ordered a lot of products that they need by Monday. I have to prepare everything before then. I wish I could help you, but I can't.
Come on, Amy, don't be like that. You work from home, right? You could just work while the kids are there. They won't bother you much. You have it easy compared to people who have to go to work every day. You can spare some time to watch my kids. Please, do it for Mom. She deserves a break. She's done so much for us, especially for you.
It's not that simple, Yelena. Working from home doesn't mean I don't have to work hard. I have a lot of responsibilities and tasks to do. And I do pay Mom rent every month. I'm not living here for free.
Yeah, sure you do. You don't know what it's like to be a real adult until you live on your own and take care of yourself. Maybe watching my kids will teach you something about responsibility and maturity. And what if something happens to them while you're not here? Who will take care of them then?
Why did you wait until the last minute to ask me?
I forgot, okay? Is that such a crime? You need to respect me and Mom more. You're not in a position to say no to us. Understand? Don't make me tell the kids their aunt doesn't love them enough to watch them. That would break their hearts. Is that what you want?
No, of course not. Fine, I'll do it.
Thank you, Amy. That's very kind of you. Why didn't you just agree from the start? You're the best, sis.
2 weeks later.
Yelena, Mom just got into a car accident. She's in the hospital right now.
What? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. She's going to be okay, but she's injured. She has a broken leg and some cuts and bruises. She has to stay in the hospital for a while.
Oh my God.
She was on her way back from a concert when another car hit her.
A concert? What concert?
I don't know, some band she likes. She told me about it right before she left.
And you didn't offer to drive here, there, and back? You know she's been having trouble with her shoulder since our trip. How could you let her drive like that? This is your fault, Amy. You should have been more considerate of Mom.
Hey, don't blame me for this. She didn't ask me to drive her. And I didn't know she was going to a concert until the last minute. I have a lot of work to do, and I can't just drop everything and go out.
Work? What work? You mean your pathetic excuse for a job? You're always using that as an excuse to avoid doing anything for Mom or me. You're so selfish and lazy. You don't care about anyone but yourself. You're living off Mom's generosity and you don't even appreciate it. You should be doing everything you can to help her out. She's done so much for you, more than you deserve.
That's not true, Yelena. I do care about Mom and you. I help out whenever I can. And I'm not living off Mom. I pay her rent every month, and my job is not pathetic. It's challenging and rewarding. You don't understand what I do because you're too busy judging me.
Don't talk back to me, Amy. You need to respect me more. You're just jealous of me because I have a successful career and a happy family. You failed at everything you've ever tried, and you live at home with no prospects, and you're probably going to die alone. Why don't you try to make something of yourself for once? Maybe then Mom wouldn't worry about you so much.
That's so mean, Yelena. How can you say such hurtful things to me? You're my sister, you're supposed to love me and support me. I'm not going to live with Mom forever. I've been saving up money to move out soon.
Oh, really? How are you going to afford an apartment with your low-paying job? Do you think watching YouTube videos all day is going to pay the bills? You're so naive, Amy. You have no idea how the real world works. Go ahead, move out if you think you can handle it. But don't expect me to help you out with anything. You're on your own now. I can't wait to see how long it takes you before you come crawling back to Mom begging for money and a place to stay.
You're being so cruel, Yelena. Why are you doing this to me? Why do you hate me so much?
I don't hate you, Amy. I pity you.
Several days later.
Amy, are you blind? Look at these pajamas you brought me. They're hideous. Don't you have any fashion sense? They look like they belong to a toddler, not a grown woman.
What's wrong with them?
They're the ones you usually wear at home. I can't wear these at a hospital. They have little ducks on them. People will think I'm a lunatic if I wear this here. You can't even bring the right clothes for me. You're useless. Can't you bring me something more elegant and classy? Something that shows I have some dignity and taste?
Fine, fine. Just tell me which ones you want.
Ugh, Yelena would know exactly what I want. She and I have such a good connection. She always brings me nice clothes and accessories when she visits me. She knows how to make me look good and feel comfortable.
Why don't you ask her from now on, then?
She's busy taking care of her family and doing work around her house. You, on the other hand, just play on your computer all day long and talk to yourself.
What are you talking about? Is that seriously what you think I do every day?
Of course it is. You're probably playing video games and watching stupid videos on the internet. You have no ambition or direction in life. You're wasting your time and potential on meaningless things.
That's not at all what I do. I'm working.
Working? I've never heard of a job where you just type nonsense into a computer all day. What kind of job is that? Who pays you for that? How do you expect to make a living with that? Anyway, our next-door neighbors said they're coming to visit me tomorrow. I want you to go to that bakery. I always send you to and get some nice pastries or something. They're very sweet and thoughtful people. They always bring me flowers and cards when they come over. They deserve some appreciation from us. They're coming around noon, so make sure you bring it here before then.
What? I have plans tomorrow.
Excuse me? You're going to refuse your mother in the hospital. It's your fault I'm here in the first place.
It's absolutely not my fault at all.
It is. This wouldn't have happened if you offered to drive me and pick me up from the concert. You forced me to go by myself, even though my shoulder's been bothering me lately. If you had half a brain, you would have been able to guess I'd be tired after the concert. Any good daughter would never have let their mother drive in that condition. Yelena and I all talked about what an irresponsible and inconsiderate person you are. She was so angry with you for not taking care of me. She said she would have done it if she was here. She's such a good daughter, unlike you.
Why would you even go to the concert in the first place? If you were really in no shape to go on your own, why would you even risk it? You're the one that's irresponsible. Why do I feel like you purposely didn't ask me so you could use it as an excuse to belittle me? Why do I always get blamed for everything that goes wrong?
How dare you? I'm generous enough to let you live in my house, and this is the way you talk to me? You should be waiting on me hand and foot. You need to be grateful for everything I've done for you.
I am. I'm literally doing everything that I can to help at home. Not to mention I'm giving you more than enough money to live there for now. It's not like I'm living there for free. You probably hurt your shoulder on that stupid vacation with Yelena. It was really that bad that you should have gone to the doctor. But no, instead you went to a concert and told me right as you were about to walk out the door. I'm not a psychic. How was I supposed to know you were going? I would have been happy to drive you there and back if you asked me in advance. How dare you blame me for what happened?
Oh, why are you getting so worked up? You finally realized you're the reason your poor old mother is being hospitalized? Imagine if I died in that accident, how would you feel? All I'm saying is that you should be more aware of your family and help out so things like this don't happen. You've got a real temper. You're scaring me. If you use that energy into finding a real job, maybe you'd be out of the house by now.
You're unbelievable.
The woman in the bed next to me is so lucky. She's got a nice daughter that stays with her all day. She does everything for her. She even hand feeds her. Why don't you come back here and take notes?
And why don't you be more of a mother than I'd want to do that for?
Excuse me?
I'm done. I don't want anything to do with his family anymore. What am I to you? I've bitten my tongue and taken more abuse than I should have, but I'm done. I'm never doing anything for you or Yelena ever again.
Does that mean you're leaving the house? Do you even have a place to go? Oh, stop lying to yourself. This all a bluff. I can tell. You are not going anywhere.
3 days later.
Amy, you need to apologize to Mom. You're acting like a child. Also, you need to text us both back. You can't just ignore us like this. It's not fair to Mom or me.
Absolutely not. I'd rather die than apologize. You and Mom have treated me horribly for years. You've always looked down on me and made me feel worthless. I don't want anything to do with you or Mom anymore.
You don't have a choice. I have to do everything for Mom since you started completely ignoring her. It's extremely rude and disrespectful. I have too much to worry about in my own life. This is your job, not mine. You're the one who agreed to take care of Mom after Dad died. You can't just abandon her like this.
How busy could you possibly be? I was watching your children every day. What were you even doing? You don't have a job. Were you just passing them off to me so you didn't have to watch them? I'll say the same thing to you that I said to Mom. I'm done doing anything for either of you. Figure it out yourselves.
I'm a married woman with children. You're not that stupid that you've forgotten that, right? I don't have all the time in the world like you do. I have a lot of responsibilities and obligations that you wouldn't understand. I have to take care of my husband, my kids, my house, and my social life. I also have to balance everything and make sure everyone is happy and healthy. Mom is texting me literally all day. I don't have the time to read and respond to all of it. It's your responsibility to take care of that, not mine. Do your job.
Oh, so now you know what I was going through. How could you still think that I'd just sit around all day and do nothing?
I don't think I know it. Like I said, I have 100 other things I need to do. I don't have the time or energy for this. That's where you come in. You have nothing else to do, so shouldn't this be fun for you? I'm so lucky that you are a failure. Otherwise, I'd have to be the one to take care of her. But luckily, I don't have to. Being Mom's slave is your job, not mine. I, Yelena, sentence you to be Mom's slave for life.
It feels so good to be out. I couldn't take being in that house for another second.
Huh? What are you talking about?
When we were talking about me moving out, didn't you say do it if you think you can? Well, I did. I'm out. I actually just pulled up to my new place.
I don't believe you. You're lying.
No, I'm not. Why don't you stop by Mom's house if you don't believe me? All of my stuff is gone.
Where did you move to? Tell me.
I am absolutely not telling you that. I mean, if you really wanted to find me, I don't think it would be that hard. It's the perfect place for me to work from home. Isn't technology great? I can work anywhere that has the internet.
Why did you move out after all this time? What made you finally leave?
Because I couldn't stand being walked all over by you and Mom. No matter how much I did, it was never enough for either of you. I was fine with looking after her after you got married. I wanted you to enjoy your new life, so I took care of everything. It was tough once Dad passed away, but I did my best to be there for Mom and do everything while she was mourning. Back then, she even thanked me for everything I did for her. In fact, it was the first and only time I've ever been appreciated for what I do.
You're right. I do think it's stupid. You stopped talking and came back here.
When I first agreed to look after Mom, I never imagined it would come to this. Everything changed after Dad died. I had to stand aside and watch. Our mom wasted all the money Dad left her.
What?
I was stupid enough to give her money after she used it all up and said she didn't have enough money to support herself. I've been giving her $1,000 a month since then. That's on top of me putting in nearly $2,000 for the mortgage, groceries, and everything else we need for the house. Even then, Mom has the audacity to say I don't do enough for her.
Hang on a second. Are you being real right now? Mom used all the money Dad left her? Has she really been living off the money you're giving her? I had no idea.
I told her not to say anything. I didn't want you to worry about her. I wanted you to focus on your family and leave Mom to me, like I said. She kept up the lie of me never doing anything for her pretty well. I'm not surprised you had no idea. She made me swear to never say anything to you. I agreed, and she thanked me by verbally abusing me and treating me like a slave.
I don't believe it. She always told me you were after Dad's inheritance. She said that's why I used to live at home.
Yeah, she's the ringleader in all of this. She's pretending to be the victim when she's really the one causing all the problems. But if she's the culprit, you're her accomplice. You forced your kids onto me almost every day. I probably saw them more than you did. For what? Just so you and our evil mother can go off and relieve imaginary stress? Didn't you ever stop to think how Mom could afford to go on vacation and constantly go to the salon? Ugh, I really am such an idiot. I should have done this months ago. Didn't you ever stop to think how Mom could afford to go on vacation and constantly go to the salon? Ugh, I really am such an idiot. I should have done this months ago.
Amy, I'm sorry. I had no idea things were like that. You may not believe me, but I did think it was a little weird Mom could afford to do all those things with me. But I never could have imagined you were completely supporting her. I mean it. I'm so sorry for the way I treated you.
You're a little too late to apologize. Ever since you were little, you were always Mom's favorite. You always looked down on me, and I never understood why.
So what exactly are you apologizing for? A lifetime of treating me like a subhuman, or for not realizing you were enabling Mom to spend all of Dad's and my money?
I'll never forget or forgive you for the way you've treated me my whole life. You're no better than Mom.
I understand if you're upset. Why don't we sit down and talk about this face to face? We can talk about the way I treated you, and I'll apologize for all of it. Please give me a chance.
No way. I'd have to fly back from where I moved, and I don't want to do that.
So just be sure to text me when Mom finally dies. Before then, don't bother trying to talk to me.
We can talk when we figure out what Mom's leaving behind. If there's even anything at all.
Hang on. Don't just run away from this.
What? You are the one who ran away from all this. First, you left home and haven't lifted a finger to help me or Mom since then. Was that your plan all along? To pretend like you wanted me to help? Just for a little bit, when really you were making me do everything. You really do take after Mom. You take advantage of people and only care about yourself. I think you've had your fun. My shift is over.
1 week later.
Amy, did you get my package? I sent you all your favorite snacks. I thought you might be missing them since you moved so far away. I hope you're eating well and taking care of yourself.
Don't send me anything else. I don't want any of it.
That's a bit rude, don't you think? I can't believe you skipped town when I was in the hospital. Why did you move so far away? It's like you're in a whole different country. You know, it'd be hard for me to come and see you in my condition. You're breaking my heart, Amy. Don't you miss me at all?
That's exactly why I moved here. So you'd never try to come visit me? I figured you'd look into finding my address. Congratulations, you found me. You're a real Sherlock Holmes, aren't you? But don't get any ideas. I don't want to see you or hear from you ever again. You've made my life miserable for too long. I'm finally free from you and Yelena, and I'm not going back.
Your sister is good with the internet, so I asked her to take care of it. I'm so glad we found you. I thought you'd be missing forever. That just goes to show how strong the bond of family is. We want you to come back to us.
Yeah, something needs to change with privacy laws. If someone doesn't want to be found, it shouldn't be as easy as looking them up on the internet. You have no respect for my privacy or my choices.
Oh, it's been so hard since you left. Now I know all the hard work you did for me, so I was hoping you'd come home already. Let's go back to living together. Yelena is there, isn't she? It's not the same. Oh, she's totally useless. She doesn't have any money to give me, and she didn't even visit while I was in the hospital. She gave some excuse, like she was too busy watching her kids or something. No matter how much I ask for her help, she can't do anything. The only thing she did was find you. Don't you feel bad for me?
There is not a single atom in my body that feels bad for you. It must be hard not having someone who you can treat like a slave anymore.
It is. After all the money I used on vacations with her, this is how she repays me? I paid for everything on that last trip we went on. It's her fault I got into that accident. Don't you think so? Not to mention I hurt my shoulder carrying my suitcase on that vacation.
Look in the mirror. It's no one's fault but your own. First you blamed me. Now you're blaming her. And you say you paid for it all, but you were using the money I gave you. Stop acting like you're the victim. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You don't have to be so harsh. I'm here in this big house all by myself. How am I supposed to live here alone? How am I supposed to take care of this house, let alone pay for it?
I don't care. Apply for Social Security if you need money. Why don't you go live with Yelena? Or even better, why don't you make a time machine and stop yourself from burning through all the money Dad left you? Yelena's always been your favorite, so you should be thrilled to live with her. She would do a fraction of the work I did for you, but at least you'll be with your favorite daughter.
You really took me for granted. I know how much work you did. I've never been one to express my feelings. I get too embarrassed. But in my heart, I've always been grateful for all your help.
Oh, yeah. That's great. I'm still never coming back. Don't even think about coming here. I'll chase you away with a baseball bat. Although I don't think you'd last a second out here, you need the convenience of a city to survive.
You're right, I do. That's why I think you should come back so we can live together again. If you don't, you're going to be all alone for the rest of your life. Are you okay with that? Oh, I feel so sorry for you.
You shouldn't. I've never been happier to be living on my own. My life is better than it's ever been. If anything, you're the one who's going to be alone forever.
Amy, please. Why don't you, Yelena and I get together and work things out as a family? Yelena really thought a lot about the way she treated you. She's even on your side now. She said I was the reason you ran away. All we do is fight lately. Oh, life is so boring without you here.
You mean life is so boring without the money I was giving you? Now that your punching bag is gone, it seems like you two are taking out your frustrations on each other. I'm never coming back, not even for your funeral. Just give up. I never want to see your face ever again. Lose my number and don't send me anything else. I'm blocking your number.
No, don't do that. I'm begging you. Just think about this before you make a big mistake.
A mistake? No, this is the first time I've ever done something right. Also, don't get things mixed up. You weren't the one letting me live in the house. I was the one who was doing you a favor by living there. But you were too busy spending my money and treating me like a servant to realize that. That's not my problem now. Who are you going to blame now that everyone's abandoned you? After settling into my new place, I requested a relative to check on my mom's house. She informed me that my mom was struggling to live on her own. She pleaded and cried, and eventually my sister agreed to let her move in with her. But unsurprisingly, my mother started bossing everyone around and treating them like servants. It caused so many problems that Yelena and her husband ended up getting divorced. I suppose not having me to rely on to take care of her kids anymore really stressed her out. Now, she and her ex-husband are living separately. He's taking care of the kids while she and my mom are back at my mom's house. They constantly argue and yell at each other. They can't stand each other, but they have nowhere else to go, so they're stuck together. On the other hand, I have never been happier since I moved away from all that drama. It took me longer than it should have to realize how badly they were treating me and taking advantage of me. But I'm grateful that I left when I did, so I can focus on living my best life and saving up for my future. Now, the only person I have to worry about taking care of is myself.